My beloved child, there is a reason you were guided to this moment. What you are about to hear is not a story built on fear or certainty about another person's private life. It is an invitation to reflect on change, healing, and the surprising ways people grow over time. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Long before today, there may have been someone whose words, opinions, or presence carried great influence over the person you keep thinking about. Perhaps she encouraged certain choices, shaped certain beliefs, or simply occupied an important chapter of that person's life. Yet time has a remarkable way of revealing what could never be seen in the middle of the journey. Seasons change. Hearts mature. Priorities become clearer. The influence that once seemed permanent can quietly fade as new understanding begins to take its place. The surprising part is not that people change. The surprising part is how silently those changes often happen. No loud announcement. No dramatic moment. Just a series of quiet realizations that slowly reshape a person's heart. One conversation. One lesson. One unexpected experience. Suddenly, the opinions that once seemed impossible to question no longer carry the same weight. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Imagine standing at the edge of a beautiful sunrise after a long night. At first, the darkness seems endless. Then, almost without notice, the first light appears. That is how many important changes begin. They are almost invisible until enough time has passed for the whole sky to brighten. What once controlled someone's thinking may now be nothing more than a memory, respected for its place in the past but no longer directing the future. Many people assume that influence lasts forever, but wisdom often arrives through experience rather than advice. Life has a way of teaching lessons that no conversation can fully explain. Every challenge, every success, every disappointment leaves behind a new perspective. Little by little, the person you are wondering about may have started seeing life through different eyes. What once felt unquestionable may now be viewed with compassion, understanding, and balance. Here is the moment that many never expect. Sometimes the greatest surprise is not discovering what happened to someone else. It is discovering how much the person you care about has grown because of everything that happened. Growth does not erase the past, but it transforms the meaning of the past. That is why today's reality can look completely different from yesterday's expectations. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next part reveals why one unexpected realization may have completely changed the way your person looks at old memories, old influences, and the future that is still waiting to unfold. That next revelation connects every piece of this story in a way that few people ever see coming. A quiet truth is about to come into focus, and this is where the story begins to reveal why the past no longer has the power it once seemed to hold. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The woman who once influenced your person may have believed she understood exactly what the future would look like. At that time, her perspective seemed convincing, and her voice may have carried great importance. But life has a remarkable way of rewriting expectations. Seasons changed. Experiences accumulated. New lessons arrived without warning. Little by little, the certainty of yesterday gave way to the wisdom of today. What surprised everyone was not a dramatic event. It was the quiet realization that influence is temporary, while personal growth can last a lifetime. Your person may have reached a moment where they looked back on old conversations with completely different eyes. The advice that once seemed perfect no longer fit the person they had become. Instead of following familiar expectations, they began asking deeper questions. What truly brings peace? What truly reflects kindness? What truly deserves to shape the future? Those questions became stronger than any opinion from the past. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Imagine someone standing in front of two different roads. One road is comfortable because it is familiar. The other road is uncertain but filled with possibility. For a long time, the familiar path seemed impossible to leave behind. Yet there comes a moment when growth quietly whispers that staying the same is no longer enough. That whisper grows stronger every day until it becomes impossible to ignore. Suddenly, decisions begin changing. Priorities begin changing. Even memories begin changing because they are viewed through a heart that has matured. This is where the title becomes meaningful. What happened to the woman who once influenced your person may surprise you because the greatest change was not necessarily within her. The greatest surprise may have been realizing that her influence naturally became smaller as your person discovered their own voice. Respect can remain, appreciation can remain, but dependence slowly fades when confidence begins to grow. That transformation often happens without arguments or dramatic moments. It happens quietly, patiently, and powerfully. There is another layer that few people notice. Sometimes the people who once held the greatest influence also begin changing themselves. Time teaches everyone. New experiences soften old opinions. Greater understanding replaces quick judgments. Compassion replaces assumptions. Looking back, they may even recognize that every chapter, both joyful and challenging, helped shape everyone involved into wiser, kinder people. That realization is far more valuable than any temporary disagreement because it opens the door to peace instead of conflict. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next revelation connects every hidden piece together. It explains why your person's outlook today may be completely different from what anyone expected in the past. The change did not happen overnight. It was built through patience, reflection, and countless unseen moments that slowly transformed the direction of the journey. When all those moments are viewed together, the picture becomes clearer than ever before. If this message speaks to your heart and you are enjoying this journey, remember to share this video with someone who may need encouragement today. If these reflections resonate with you, subscribe so you don't miss the next chapter, because the most meaningful revelation is still ahead. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, and the next part uncovers the unexpected turning point that changes the entire meaning of this story. An unexpected turning point is finally beginning to reveal itself, and this is the chapter where every quiet clue starts connecting together. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There are moments in life that seem ordinary while they are happening, yet months or even years later they become the very moments that changed everything. Your person may have experienced one of those moments without realizing its importance at first. A simple conversation, a quiet evening of reflection, or an unexpected lesson may have opened a completely new way of seeing the past. What happened to the woman who once influenced your person may surprise you because time has a way of changing everyone's perspective. The influence that once seemed unshakable gradually became just one chapter in a much larger story. Instead of allowing old expectations to define every decision, your person may have started listening to something deeper, wisdom gained through personal experience. Every challenge became a teacher. Every disappointment became a lesson. Every victory became a reminder that growth is possible even when the journey feels uncertain. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Here is the surprising realization that many people never expect. Sometimes we believe someone changed our future forever, only to discover later that they simply prepared us for a season we needed to experience. Their role was important, but it was never meant to become permanent. Every chapter has its purpose, and every season eventually gives way to another. That is why today's understanding can be completely different from yesterday's assumptions. Imagine opening an old book that you have not read for years. The words are exactly the same, yet somehow they feel different because you have changed. That is how memories often work. Your person may now look back on earlier moments with greater patience, greater kindness, and far greater understanding. Instead of focusing on what was lost, they may now recognize what was learned. Instead of wondering why certain things happened, they may now appreciate how those experiences quietly shaped a wiser and more confident future. The greatest surprise may not be about the woman herself. It may be about the peaceful transformation that happened inside your person's heart. Confidence slowly replaced uncertainty. Gratitude slowly replaced regret. Hope slowly replaced hesitation. These changes rarely happen in one dramatic moment. They grow quietly, day after day, until one morning a person realizes they are no longer carrying the same emotional weight they once carried. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next revelation becomes even more meaningful because it uncovers why this transformation is creating new possibilities that once seemed impossible to imagine. Every hidden piece of the journey is moving toward a conclusion that reflects wisdom instead of fear, hope instead of doubt, and peace instead of confusion. As this story continues, remember that the most powerful changes are often invisible until the right moment arrives. The next chapter reveals why the lessons of the past may now be opening the door to an entirely new future, one that few people could have predicted when this journey first began. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Everything has been leading to this moment, and the next revelation may completely change the way you understand the title. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. For a long time, it may have appeared that the woman who once influenced your person would always remain the strongest voice in that chapter of life. Yet the quiet truth is that every influence has a season, while personal wisdom continues growing long after that season has passed. The greatest transformation often happens so gradually that almost no one notices it until they look back and realize how far the journey has come. Your person may have reached a point where they stopped asking, "What does everyone expect from me?" and began asking a much deeper question: "What kind of person do I truly want to become?" That single shift changes everything. It changes conversations. It changes priorities. It changes relationships. Most importantly, it changes the direction of the future. This is why the story is so surprising. The greatest change was never about replacing one influence with another. It was about discovering the confidence to think with wisdom, kindness, and maturity. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Imagine watching a river carve its path through solid rock. It does not happen in one day. It happens through patience and steady movement. In the same way, your person's heart may have been quietly reshaped by experiences that no one else could fully see. Every challenge became another drop of water. Every lesson became another step toward clarity. Eventually, what once seemed impossible became completely natural. Growth had taken place without the need for dramatic announcements. Now comes the revelation that brings this chapter together. What happened to the woman who once influenced your person may surprise you because life continued teaching everyone involved. New experiences often soften old opinions. Time has a remarkable way of replacing certainty with understanding and replacing assumptions with compassion. Looking back, she may now see the journey differently as well. Instead of focusing only on the past, there may now be appreciation for how every chapter helped shape stronger, wiser, and more thoughtful people. This is the hidden lesson that so many miss. Sometimes the people who influence us the most are not meant to control our future forever. They simply become part of the story that prepares us for greater wisdom. Without those earlier chapters, today's understanding might never have existed. Every experience, whether joyful or challenging, becomes a quiet teacher leading toward maturity and peace. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The final chapter is about to reveal why this entire journey points toward hope, renewed perspective, and a future filled with possibilities that once seemed impossible to imagine. The final piece connects every previous revelation into one meaningful conclusion that you will not want to miss. If this message has encouraged you, share it with someone who may need these words today. If you have enjoyed following this journey, subscribe so you can continue with the final chapter, and let your thoughts be heard in the comments because every perspective adds meaning to the conversation. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The greatest revelation is still just ahead. The final layer of this story is now ready to unfold, and everything you have heard so far has been leading to this single realization. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. At first, the title may have sounded like it was only about one woman and the influence she once had. But now the deeper meaning begins to appear. The greatest surprise is not simply that people change. The greatest surprise is that every person in this story has been transformed by time, experience, and the quiet lessons that only life can teach. Think about how a tree grows. The strongest roots are hidden beneath the ground, where no one can see them. In the same way, the most important changes inside your person's heart may have happened quietly, without anyone recognizing them. Day after day, those invisible moments built stronger character, clearer judgment, and greater peace. What once seemed confusing slowly became understandable. What once seemed permanent slowly became another chapter that prepared the way for something new. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There comes a moment in every meaningful journey when the past no longer feels like a burden. Instead, it becomes a source of wisdom. Your person may have reached that moment. Looking back, they may now realize that every conversation, every lesson, and every influence had its purpose. Even the woman who once played such an important role may now be remembered with balance rather than emotion, gratitude rather than confusion, and understanding rather than uncertainty. This is the revelation that very few people expect. Influence is powerful, but it is never greater than personal growth. A person's future is not defined forever by one chapter, one opinion, or one season. The future is shaped by the willingness to learn, to mature, and to keep moving forward with wisdom. That is why today's reality may be completely different from what anyone imagined years ago. The story changed because the people inside the story changed. Imagine standing before a mirror after a long journey. The reflection looks familiar, yet something is undeniably different. Confidence has replaced hesitation. Patience has replaced frustration. Hope has replaced doubt. The greatest transformation often cannot be measured by what changed around someone. It is measured by what changed within them. That inner transformation quietly influences every decision that follows, creating a future that feels brighter, calmer, and far more meaningful. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Here is the final truth of this chapter. What happened to the woman who once influenced your person may surprise you because the story was never truly about losing influence. It was about everyone discovering a deeper understanding of themselves. Time became the teacher. Experience became the guide. Wisdom became the lasting gift. Every chapter, even the unexpected ones, helped create a stronger and more thoughtful future. As you reflect on this journey, remember that every ending also carries the beginning of a new chapter. The lessons of yesterday become the strength of tomorrow. The questions of the past become the wisdom of the future. And sometimes the greatest surprise is realizing that the most meaningful change was happening quietly all along. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the next chapter of this journey will reveal how these unexpected changes begin opening the door to remarkable new possibilities that no one could have predicted at the very beginning. A hidden piece of the story is about to fall into place, and once you hear it, the title may carry an entirely new meaning. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Sometimes the greatest revelations do not arrive through dramatic moments. They appear quietly, after enough time has passed for every experience to reveal its true purpose. That is exactly what may have happened here. The woman who once influenced your person became part of a chapter that could never last forever, because every season eventually gives way to another. There was a time when your person may have believed that certain opinions would always shape every decision. Those voices seemed powerful. Those expectations seemed permanent. Yet life continued moving forward. Every sunrise brought another opportunity to grow. Every challenge offered another lesson. Without even realizing it, your person was becoming someone who no longer depended on yesterday's direction to discover tomorrow's path. That quiet transformation is often invisible until someone looks back and realizes just how much has changed. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Here is the remarkable truth. Growth rarely announces itself. It happens one decision at a time. One act of patience. One moment of reflection. One choice to move forward instead of remaining trapped by old assumptions. Those small moments accumulate until they reshape an entire outlook on life. What once appeared to be the center of the story slowly becomes just one meaningful chapter in a much larger journey. Imagine standing on the highest point of a mountain after a long climb. Looking down, every path suddenly makes sense. The difficult trails, the unexpected turns, the moments that felt confusing, they all had a purpose. In the same way, your person may now see the past with greater clarity than ever before. Instead of asking why certain influences existed, they may now appreciate how those experiences helped build resilience, wisdom, and a stronger sense of direction. The title speaks of surprise, and this is where that surprise becomes truly meaningful. What happened to the woman who once influenced your person may not be about a single event at all. It may be about discovering that everyone involved continued growing long after that chapter ended. Perspectives matured. Priorities shifted. Hearts became calmer. The story that once seemed unfinished quietly reached a place of understanding without anyone expecting it. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Many people spend years searching for one dramatic answer, yet the greatest answers often arrive through quiet transformation. A wiser heart notices opportunities where it once noticed obstacles. A peaceful mind recognizes lessons where it once saw only questions. That inner change is far more valuable than any temporary influence because it shapes every choice that follows. Now the journey is approaching its most meaningful point. Every chapter has been preparing you for the realization that the past does not have the final word. Experience, wisdom, and hope continue writing new pages long after old chapters close. Your person's story did not stop where others expected it to stop. It continued growing into something stronger, kinder, and more balanced than anyone could have imagined. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next chapter will reveal why this quiet transformation may become the foundation for an entirely new season of understanding, where every hidden lesson finally comes together and the complete meaning behind this remarkable journey is revealed.